Stupid tourist mistakes. Welcome to a video, and today we would like to talk about finances while traveling through Australia. Cheers!
Cheers, mate. First of all, it's good to realize that depending on where you go, for example, Australia is a pretty expensive country to go to. Countries in Southeast Asia tend to be a little bit more cheaper, so it's kind of a good idea to have a decent idea of what the currency is like.
Yeah,
I think right now the euro stands on $1.63. I think that's about the currency right now, and I think it's good to take in mind that you need. First of all, a flight. It would be a great idea. We've talked about this before.
Yeah,
You're not going to do it on a bike, you take a flight. Flights are expensive. You take a single flight to Australia and you get a flight for under 800 euros. You're a lucky man. Like, it's gonna be a good job under 800 euros.
Yeah. I did that on the way back from Perth back to Frankfurt to Germany. I found a flight, but I booked it like I think 2 months in advance.
All right.
And that was about 800, 900 euros. So
normally booking flights is the best between 2 and 1 month ahead.
At this point, we should mention that this was in 2018.
Yes.
Today we live in circumstances where prices went up for traveling, so that won't be quite
the same.
up to date.
So let's just say roughly you're gonna need about 1,000 euros to fly to Australia. You don't need a flight back. You can go there with a single flight. So that's the most important thing to go first of all. Then you need something very important that's gonna put in where all your stuff is gonna be put in. A backpack. So you're rocking an Osprey, right?
I'm working in Osprey, yeah.
How many liters is it?
I need to look at it. It says
48.
48.
All right. So, do you remember how much you paid for the backpack?
I think I paid around 140 euros.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you put away about 200 euros, you can buy yourself a decent backpack. We will talk about which backpack and how big, and we can talk to that in another video. Put away about 200 euros for a backpack. That's something very important, especially when you're planning on leaving for a little while. Insurance. Did you have your insurance in Germany, or did you get an Australian insurance?
I did an insurance because I've been not only before I went to Australia.
Multiple trips,
I did multiple trips. So before I went to Australia, I've been traveling through Southeast Asia for 2 months, and therefore I had to go for an insurance that also includes these kind of countries. I can only speak for Germany right now. In the Netherlands, it might be a bit different, but I went for a company called Hanse Merkur, and it was a good insurance. In my case, I ended up in hospital, not in Australia, but in Thailand.
Oh yeah.
And
I remember this story. Shit.
Terrible.
We'll skip over that.
Maybe we make another video, but I'm not quite sure about that.
Let's not make a story about all the horrible things.
At this point, let's say, guys, go for an insurance. It is important. It is so much important. If I wouldn't have had this insurance, I probably would have lost half of my travel budget for the journey I was still standing in front of. So guys, get a good insurance. From my own experience.
You got a German one. I did it a little bit differently. When I left the Netherlands, I knew that I was going to stay for a while. So I actually signed off in my consul as a Dutch citizen. So I became an official traveling Dutch citizen. So I didn't have a Dutch insurance anymore, and I went with Allianz. They're a global insurance company, and I got an Australian insurance, which was cheaper for me. I think I paid about 400 euros for the whole year round. 350 euros, something like that. Did you pay anything similar?
I paid around 500.
Yeah,
That was
so it's
even
pretty
more.
similar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty similar.
Yeah, so I think
So
for
it
me
was
a
also
four
probably like
something.
a daily rate. You said
Yeah.
300. It was you know, you had like
Euro and something a day.
per
Yeah.
day rate, and then it just summed up. for
Yeah,
the
right.
year. Yeah.
So
yeah.
the first time I went to Australia, I was a round trip. I knew that a year later I was going to go back.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
just paid for one full year. It was about 400 euros for the whole year. And I actually got my backpack stolen throughout my trip. I was with you around that time.
Yeah,
I was
it
in
was in
Perth.
Perth. Yeah.
Shit, that was horrible.
Yeah.
But my day bag got robbed while I was at a carnival, and I lost many things.
You worked at the carnival.
Yeah, I worked at the carnival, and then I got robbed while the fireworks. It was shitty.
Yeah.
But I got back all the money from all the stuff that I got.
Yeah.
Remember the really nice beard comb that I bought 2 days
Yeah,
earlier? I
yeah,
got
it
robbed
was
as well.
lost. Man. So
shit.
man,
$60 gone out the window. So definitely take in mind that about 300 to 500 euros, put that aside as well for an insurance. So when you have a backpack, a flight, and an insurance, you might need a few more little bits and pieces, but you can find all of that information in the other video about the items that have changed our ways of travel.
Exactly.
Including, for example, like carabiner hooks and packing cubes and whatnot. We'll talk about it in another video. So I think preparing, that's most of the stuff you need.
Yeah.
Did we skip anything?
I think.
Sunscreen? No. So then, we'll talk about Australia in 2018.
Did you say it was on intention? Because I landed in hospital because I didn't have enough sunscreen. I had a heat stroke.
Yeah, I know. I remember you had a heat stroke.
Yeah.
Jeez, never do that again.
Stupid tourist mistakes. See, this is where this is your development during this journey.
Yeah, true.
Everyone's starting somewhere, and
Right.
I had to start at the very bottom.
At the very bottom.
I had to learn it the very hard way.
So then when you get there, we've already discussed the money that we both saved up and the money that we spent during our year in Australia.
Yeah.
For me, it came out to like a full year of travel. If you convert everything back into euros, it was around 20,000 euros for the full year. I have no idea what you feel about that, if there's anywhere near.
I feel like it could be almost the same amount. Let's say about 15,000 up to 20,000.
Yeah, up to 20,000.
20,000.
I think it really depends on if you smoke or not, if you drink a lot, if you like to go out and eat, which is very expensive in Australia.
Yes.
It depends on how often you stay in small dorms or in hotels.
Yeah.
I think when you don't smoke, you don't drink a lot, you spend a lot of time in big rooms, and you tend to travel a lot around, go on campsites and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can definitely go lower than 15,000. But for me, I definitely smoked every now and again. I definitely drank a lot, and I definitely liked to go out and eat. So it was about 20,000. So let's say if you keep aside 2,000 euros a month that you're planning to go, you're safe.
Yeah.
It's better to have a safe thing. And then besides that, make sure to have some money on the side.
Yes.
I think COVID taught everyone that was traveling that sometimes you have emergencies and you have to fly home.
Yeah.
Make sure you have enough money to just book a flight home like instantly. Just put 1,000 euros on the side or 1,500 euros on the side.
Generally speaking, you should have something on the side because some things might happen on your journey. For instance, in my case, I bought a car. It wasn't planned. I didn't intend to buy one in Australia. I thought I don't need one because I'm going to travel with other people. But at one point, I was so excited about planning my on-road trips and planning my own route and taking people with me and traveling on my own speed.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have such a huge backup in my bank account, I wouldn't have been able to buy a car for I think it was about 8,000 Australian dollars.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 4x4. It was a Toyota Land Cruiser, which is
It's a bargain for $8,000. That's a good price.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually a very good price. I'm doing the math now. It's about like 6,000 euros for a Land Cruiser.
And
that's pretty. That's good.
Yeah. And it was in such a good shape.
Yes, it was very beautiful.
And it had so much camping equipment.
Yeah.
It was fully equipped. Like you could just drive and go camping straight.
I mean, it's good that you mention it because many people out here watching this video are maybe planning to go and buy a car.
Yeah.
What should you expect? The prices of a 4x4 in Australia are actually really good. They're very cheap in comparison to the Netherlands or Germany or the UK. So for indeed around like 6, 7, 8,000 euros, you can buy a really decent 4x4.
Yes.
You have a really good one that will get you across the desert and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But on the other side, I, for example, bought a hostel hopper, like a really cheap, tiny car for. I think I paid $1,500 for it. It's like about 1,000 euros.
Yeah.
And I drove like 20,000 kilometers with it, or 15,000 kilometers, and I sold it for $500. So I made a really good deal about it. I took 5 months, whatever, to drive it.
Yeah.
So anyway, anything in that kind of price category would work out. But you don't have to buy a car if you don't mind relying on other people, like we did both. Often as well.
Yeah.
Just you go and travel with other people, which is obviously the cheapest option. You just split the fuel. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the transport, hostel nights, not a very cheap thing in Australia either. I think easily you pay about $30 a night, 25.
25 until 30 is
like $20 to $30 a night.
Yeah.
So that's like 15 to 20 euros a night is quite easy, which is shocking in comparison to Asia, where I mean, like I've been places where I paid like 2 or 3 euros a night to stay there, and then I got food as well, which is big contrast.
Yeah.
And then I would say that I don't know, like for some fun facts, a case of beer, 24 beers in Australia, will set you back easily $50. It's just like 30 euros for a case of beer. If you want to have a brand like Heineken or anything like that, it's gonna set you back like $70 or $80. So it's like 60 or 50 euros for a case of beer, which is ridiculous. But we always went with the cheapest stuff. And I think we normally what did we pay for the hammer and tongs? You know, the red ones. That was our favorite.
I think $30.
Yeah, $30, right?
That was the cheapest.
It's like 20 euros or 22 euros for 24 beers.
Yeah.
That was about
the cheapest option we had.
Yeah, there was like 30 cans.
Yeah.
So normal size case of beer. Smoking will set you back a lot of money. I don't remember actually how much it was. A pack of ciggies.
I didn't buy cigarettes in Australia. So
No, I don't think I.
But I think I would. Maybe we have to look it up. Maybe we could put the price somewhere
in here.
Somewhere into the frame.
I think out of my head it was like $30 for.
Maybe we have a guess. I would also say $30, and yeah.
I think it's $30.
And when we're gonna see
how much it actually is.
Yeah.
Going out for food is an absolute terrible idea. Like going in a restaurant is going to be very, very expensive. It's lovely to do.
Fast food the whole year.
Yes, but there are some really good deals. Like for example, Domino's does $5 pizzas.
Oh yeah,
I've had a lot of them.
Oh, me too.
McDonald's does alright deals, and you're better off cooking your own meals because the groceries are actually alright. They're not that expensive.
I think when it comes to groceries, people say in general say that Australia is obviously an expensive country, but when it comes to groceries,
It's alright.
I think I felt like it is alright. It is
Yeah.
alright for. I remember I was buying things for like about 40 or 50 Australian dollar, and I could live off for a week.
Yeah.
Probably.
So like almost the same prices as back home in Europe.
So
It was actually alright. And
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
come back to talking about the comparison between Europe and Australia.
yeah.
Getting paid in Australia is absolute gold.
Yeah.
Because
it
minimum
is
wage.
a gold mine,
Yeah,
guys.
it's
You
literally a
need
gold
to
mine.
work in Australia. You're gonna earn
A lot of money.
with
Yeah.
jobs that can everyone do.
Yeah, the easiest things will pay you a lot of money.
Yeah.
So minimum wage.